Welcome to Wildcat Stadium. This is John Jacobson bringing you tonight's game between the Eagan Wildcats and the Rochester Lourdes. We're going to move over to the starting lineups. They're just getting underway as we look at the Eagan tunnel.
Starting with the goalkeeper, she is senior, number 1, Lauren Nichols.
And the Rochester Lourdes starters are going to be announced. We'll just kind of kick this off a little bit with the Wildcats this year, coming off their third state championship in the last 4 years, coached by Bullet Ozturk. Coach Turk is taking on a little bit more of a active role in the Eagan soccer at the high school here, where he's been tasked to coach both the girls team and the boys team. You know, normally you would say, gee, that's going to be pretty tough to do, but Coach Ozturk has coached multiple teams during multiple seasons in the summer. So this is just another little scheduling opportunity for him to spend quality time with both the boys team and the girls team. Part of the good news is, you know, that coming off that state championship, Eagan does have a number of returning soccer players, and you know, his expectations are set and ingrained in those girls, and they came into camp all ready to go. There's a look again at the Rochester Lourdes team, the Eagles. And I'll turn this over to the announcer here to announce the Eagan starters.
Now we direct your attention to the introduction tunnel. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats. Starting with the goalkeeper, she is senior, number 1, Captain Megan Plashko. Defense, senior, number 2, Chloe Miller. Forward, senior number 7, Grace Schoberg. Forward, junior number 8, Julia Farger. Forward, sophomore number 10, Emily Cronkite. Defense, sophomore number 11, Olivia Miller. Midfield, senior number 13, Captain Abigail McKenzie. Midfield, senior number 15, Ellen Pagoyas. Defense, senior number 16, Jessica Van Wyk. Midfield, senior number 17, Captain Brooke Kaplinski. And midfield, senior number 22, J.C. Borman. Wildcat assistant coaches are Chad.
So there's a look at the Eagan starters for tonight's game. Again, this is a senior laden team with 12 seniors on the team, 2 juniors, 4 sophomores, and one freshman, Sarah Brecklin. But you know, Coach Ozturk again has laid down pretty high expectations for this program over the last 4 years, and it's resulted in 3 state championships in the last 4 years. So he has, you know, the makings of a quality team. Good leadership starts in goal with senior captain Megan Plashko, who's a University of Minnesota recruit. Abigail McKenzie, another senior. Brooke Kaplinski, that plays a strong defensive mid position. Or at least that's where she was last year. I'll take a look at Turk's lineup this year. But you know, one of the keys to what Eagan has to replace from last year's championship team is a scoring punch, and he had a player that he would move from defense to forward, and she was a little bit of a game changer and created a lot of things offensively. And so this year it looks like Coach Ozturk is going to move to more of a 2-forward system, where he's got Emily Cronkite, a sophomore forward that got some playing time last year, dinged up her knee a little bit midway through the season, but definitely an offensive threat. And then up top with her is number 22, J.C. Borman. So, you know, he's got some offensive weapons, and I think with the schedule the way it is, I think they'll be able to gain some confidence early on. You know, get the touches they need up top, and maybe see some luck finding the back of the net. So we're ready for the kickoff. Wildcats move it back. Outside on the right here is Chloe Miller. Moves it back inside to Brooke Poplinski. And the Wildcats doing a nice job starting off the season, controlling the ball. Patience is one of the things that Coach Osterk does preach. That's a big part of his game. And they're going to play the ball long, they're going to play the ball short, but they want to control the ball and keep it away from the opponents. And I think, you know, this look up front right now is a good opportunity to see that. Cleared out by Lourdes. Step up there, that's Grace Schoberg with the throw in on the far side. Grace is headed off to University of North Dakota Fargo, NDSU. Toss in, headed by Warman. It's number 8, Julia Barger. Controlled nicely outside here. Poplinski taking the defender on one-on-one. Throwing for the Wildcats, it's Chloe Miller. And a crossing attempt. Slides out, and that's a goal kick for Rochester Lourdes. Good look at their goalkeeper. And it's number 1, Lauren Nichols in goal, senior for the Eagles. Poplinski with a step. Ball cleared across the field. Gorman giving chase. Lourdes taps it outside. Good control there on the side. Nice pressure by Schoberg. Good step there by the Lourdes defender. Controlled by Rochester outside here. That's number 10, Katie Heiberger. Nice control, good ball there. And that's cleaned up by Jessica Van Wyk. Miller with a throw-in. Cronkite pressuring and throws it across in front. And throwing for the Wildcats. Good turn here. Cronkite across, looking for Borman. That header by the defender goes just wide. I think that's, nope, that is a goal kick. So that was JC that got her head on it. So again, kind of the three up top. You've got Julia Barger playing in the middle. Cronkite on the right side here, and JC Borman on the left. And again, it'll be interesting to see those three working together, creating some space and pressure. Borman now. Back to McKenzie. And number 11, Olivia Miller. Nice ball outside. Good chip there. Cronkite trying to get inside. Oh, nice save. Good play by the goalkeeper, Lauren Nichols, on that. Cronkite got her foot on that. Let's take a look at that again. Nice ball in. Good job getting around the defender. That's a smart move there by Cronkite. Goyas in the middle. Back to Olivia Miller. Miller is a sophomore defender that I don't know if she saw much time last year or where she was last year, but she's looked to step in here in the middle of that defensive front. And you know, Wildcats do have a lot of returners, but that's a fresh new face for the Wildcats. Borman one-on-one, beats her defender on the outside, left foot, looking for Cronkite in the middle. Goyas settles it, plays it back. McKenzie now takes a long shot, and that's nabbed by Nichols.
Shot taken for the Wildcats. Amelia McKenzie, number 13.
Poplinski. Good pressure again. Barger. Good double team there. First defender, second defender. I know they're on the offensive side of the field, but you know it helps doubling to get control of that ball. And White looking for Borman. She settles it. Back to Schoberg. Inside to Poplinski. And back to Schoberg. Got some space. Plays a long ball looking for Barger. That goes off the defender. One of the keys to Eagan's success last year especially was the quality pressure they would put on opposing teams in the middle of the field. You know, immediate pressure, don't let them turn with the ball, and it'll turn into a lot of turnovers and some real quality play in that midfield. And you know, Coach Ozturk, he likes to win games in the middle of the field, make sure that the control is there. And you know, it really starts with him preaching and really talking about how important defense is to win a soccer game. A little bit of a nudge in the back there. Barger now comes down with the ball. Good ball out to Schoberg, looking to cross it with her left foot, and that goes a little bit wide for Cronkite. Good step there by the Eagan defenders, keeping it in the Eagles' end. Good pressure by the Wildcats. Force another throw in. Warman now on this side with the throw. Nice throw looking for Pagoyas. Oh, and that was alertly grabbed by the Eagles keeper, Lauren Nichols. Good throw there into space. Barger now. Nifty move and a shot. That should, oh, just a little bit high. Good idea from there. Keeper was off her line, and she took a look at the upper corner.
Looking for the Eagles.
Oh, there's a little bit of a bump. Schoberg goes down. Cronkite now has some space. Left foot doesn't get her shot off. Schoberg chasing it down on the far side. Plays it back. We'll switch fields. Van Wyk. Oh, a foul was called, so free kick for the Wildcats. Jessica Van Wyk with a big leg here, so just on the Eagle side of midfield. Let's see her put this into a dangerous spot in the top of the box. Just hit that a little bit. Wildcats still giving chase. And Lourdes does a nice job clearing. Plinsky back to Van Wyk. Borman trying to go back inside, and that gets deflected out. Got away with a little bit of a push in the back there. Wildcat throw. And Lourdes content just clearing the ball out. Big ball over the top. And back to the keeper. Nice trap there at midfield by that's Rochester Lourdes, number 7. McKenna, I'm going to butcher this. Chestalowski. I'll give it a try. slides outside. So Coach Osterich, you know, the other thing he's going to have to do this year is rely a lot more on his assistant coaches. Assistant coaches listed on the roster here: Chad Flynn, Umit Ozturk, that's Turk's brother, and then John Obarski, who's this name is very familiar to the Eagan Wildcats soccer program, with his dad being a head coach for a number of years. Some of the little things in between practices, starting practices, finishing practices, a lot of those responsibilities will fall on the assistant coaching staff. And Coach Osterich is very confident in number one, the quality of the coaches that he has that are backing him up on both the boys' side and the girls' side. But it also helps that they understand Turk's expectations, and they're going to run things the same way he is. Schoberg now with the cross. Goyas a touch. Out to Cronkite. Cronkite settles it. And that's going to go off the defender. Looks like a Wildcat throw-in. Borman moving up to take the throw. Good throw there right in the box, and there's a, a yard sale there in the front of the goal. Let's take a look at that again. Good touch. McKenzie trying to get at it. Might have taken the defender down a little bit, but foul was called on the Wildcats, and it'll be a free kick taken by the Eagles. It's number 8, Anna Braun with the kick. Good pressure again. That was Brooke Poplinski, senior captain. I mentioned a lot of the success that the Wildcat program has had over years has been in that midfield, and it kind of starts with that defensive mid position. The person playing, or the people playing right in front of the 4 defenders, and they're the first line of attack. That's that immediate step I was talking about there. You just saw from Brooke Poplinski, that they're not going to let people turn and attack their other defenders. There's a little misstep there, and Lourdes comes away. And Megan Plashko finally gets to touch the ball for the year. Big kick there past midfield. Schoberg going in and knocking it over to the side. Nice control there by Lourdes. It's number 15, Jordan Bird. Outside, tough touch there, and a Wildcat throw-in. Substitution coming in for Ellen Pagoyas is Allison Wong at that advanced mid spot. Good ball across. Schoberg. Nice control. Barger trying to take on the defender one-on-one. Nice nudge there. Cronkite. Oh, and that's McKenzie just knocking it high and wide. Nice look there. Good step up by McKenzie. So again, you got Brooke Poplinski and Abigail McKenzie, 2 veterans on the Eagan squad here as that defensive mid position. Allison Wong now moving into that more offensive midfield position. And despite the fact Turk has a lot of seniors, he has a lot of people with just plain experience on this team. And so he's going to rely on everybody. He'll move people in and out of the game. Cronkite takes a nudge, or gives a nudge, and then takes one right back again. Foul on Lourdes. If I'm not mistaken, Emily Cronkite's also a hockey player. And she's just as aggressive on the ice as she is on the soccer field, and that will bode well for her getting in the kitchen of the defenders, and I think she proved that on that play. Need out by Lourdes. Cronkite again trying to bring it down. And Lourdes escapes with some space. Lays it up the side. This is number 12 here. Ball just goes under her feet. That's Brittany Gruzelinski. Foreman takes care of that. Out to McKenzie. Long ball up. Good step there by the Lourdes defender. So up top again in the middle is Julia Barger, and quite often the Wildcats are going to play the ball up into the middle, and she's got to check back to the ball, control it, and then find a place to either spin on the defender or dish it. So she's taken a lot of physical, she'll take a beating up there as bigger, stronger defenders throughout the year are going to take her licks against her. Schoberg now giving chase. Ball nicely taken out of there by Lourdes. That's number 3, Emma Schmitz. Lourdes throwing on the far side. Substitution coming in for Rochester Lourdes, number 20, Lindsay Birch.
Substitution for Rochester Lourdes. Lindsay Birch, number 20, in the game for the Eagles. And off the 10, Kowalski, number 7.
And White looking for Schoberg, who keeps it in on the far side. Good nudge there by Chloe Miller. Good touches in the midfield there. Wong now with the ball. Back to Poplinski. Wong comes away with it. So a few times tonight we've already seen Eagan using the full size of the field, using each other, understanding the game well enough to know that you don't always have to go forward to be effective controlling the ball. And so they will go backwards, look for people with space, and try and maintain possession rather than turn and kick it. Foreman, next out. Ball away, and a shot goes over Megan Flashko on the goal. A little bit of a crazy bounce there, and Lourdes took a long shot. Here's a look at it again. They actually labeled that pretty good, just a little bit high, but she got good leg on that. Flashko with a big kick. Schoberg heads it to the middle. Wong brings it down nicely. Plays it over the top, looking for Cronkite or Barger. Little bump at midfield. Barger trying to send Cronkite through. Wong now in for Barger. Barger moving it to her left foot, and there's a shot. Nicely played. Good save by Nichols in goal. Barger's made a couple moves now to her left foot. Here's a look at that again. Well struck. Nice save. McKenzie on the far side, playing it up, looking for Schoberg, and that slides out of bounds. And we're approaching the halfway mark, still 0-0. Eagan Wildcats and the Eagles of Rochester Lourdes. Throwing Wildcats, that's Miller on the outside. So Coach Osterk, for whatever reason, had Chloe Miller starting on this side, Borman over on the other side. Made some adjustments right away, something he saw, something he liked. And that's one thing with players with high soccer IQs that Eagan has seemed to produce here the last few years. They do understand different positions. So they're not going to be pigeonholed into one spot. He can move them around, and he can make adjustments mid-game based on what's needed. Ball played in the middle. Wong now giving chase. Good step, Poplinski. Using her size to control it. Back over here, Van Wyk. To Borman. Borman cuts it inside, looking for Poplinski, and it's stepped up nice up by the Eagles. Good look there again. That's senior Lauren Nichols for Rochester Lourdes. Been a little bit busy so far in this game. Again, this is a season opener. First time I think we've ever had the Wildcats start with a TV game. One of 4 broadcasts that ETV has been doing for the Wildcat program this year. Good ball played up there. Shut down by the Wildcats. Another substitution, number 18, Caitlin Halleck, coming into the game for Rochester Lourdes Eagles. Good battle there. That's number 11, Olivia Miller. Not allowing that Rochester Lourdes forward to turn with the ball. Good header flick on here. Borman tries cleaning it up. Good step again by Lourdes, and Miller clears it out. Barger up to Schoberg. Good look across the field to Wong. Borman making a run, and intercepted by the Eagles. Pressure, that should be a Wildcat throw in. Borman looking for a quick throw. Nice job by the Lourdes defender there. Cronkite all over. I think that's a bad call on the throw in. I think that should have gone to Lourdes. Eagan faithful agree with me. Good pressure again by Cronkite down deep. Borman now, who's had a couple of nice throws so far. Looking for a cross, that gets blocked. Borman with a nice turn, plays it into the box. So the Wildcats have moved people around just a little bit again. Grace Schoberg now is up top. Good control by the by Rochester Lourdes. Chloe Miller looking for Schoberg up top. I think one of the interesting things with Grace Schoberg up top, she's a little bigger, solid soccer player, and I think against some of these bigger center defenders, she's going to have maybe a little bit more luck controlling the ball at times. So Turk, having that flexibility in some of these girls to move them in and out is going to pay dividends. There's a ball across in front, looking for Schoberg, and knocked out of the air by Nichols. Quick throw out on the far side. Wong with good pressure, and the long ball played up. Looking back to Plashko, boots it out the side. Borman now clears it up the side. Nicely kept in by Cronkite and trying to find Wong in the middle of the field. Throwing now for Lourdes. And substitution coming into the game, back into the game is McKenna Cheslowski. Schoberg. Back to Abigail McKenzie. Nice long ball here. Good pressure by Barger. Chloe Miller with the throw-in. Barger looking for Schoberg. A little bit of a collision there. So 14 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0 score. Wildcats have controlled the ball, had a few shots on goal and just wide of the goal, but it'd be nice to get the first one of the season. Good step and control there. Long ball played up looking for Schoberg. Schoberg running around the defender. Oh, and she's got control of the ball. This could be, oh, off the post. Might not sleep tonight after missing that one, but good look there at Grace Schoberg. There's a look again. Good control, powering through it. Left foot off the post, and she kind of looked in disbelief, like, how did that not go in? Schoberg again looking to turn. Barger now. Grabbing, holding, trying to get control. I'm sorry, that's number 6, Ariel Lindgren. Borman, there's a header by Schoberg. Nice effort there by the Wildcats, but goal kick, Eagles. Big kick, good pressure by Wong. Again, trying not to let her turn, hands on her back, and she got called for that one. Or again, that's what I'm saying with in regards to the defensive pressure. It does make a big difference when you don't let the opposing player turn with possession of the ball. And that's Eagan just being right on top of the player and not allowing that to happen. Good step there by Poplinski. Ball played off of Borman and slides out of bounds. Throw in for Lourdes. Big throw into the box, and that's flicked on. Plashko out. And looking for the quick release up to Schoberg. She's 1-on-4, looking for help. Good step by Wong. Looking to slot the ball. Outside for Ariel Lindgren. Lindgren now with the pressure. Earns a throw in, nice job. Plays the ball back to Borman. Borman looking to cross. Reverses direction, gets mugged a little bit. Great step there by Poplinski. McKenzie now looking to the outside. Good move there by Barger with control. Barger slides it across. Chloe Miller, who stepped up into the play. It's good to see both J.C. Borman and Chloe Miller stepping up from their outside defensive positions. Turk loves to have defenders who are capable of doing it. It gives you another forward and creates some mismatches for the defense. And White up the middle, that's deflected off. Lindgren now. This ball taken away from her. Big ball there, played up. Schoberg wins the battle. And a goalie with a big save. Grace Lindgren gets taken down. That no foul there on the defender, but good battle. I think, you know, I mentioned it earlier, but Grace Schoberg a little bit more physical in the middle there. Here's a replay. Clipped the back of the defender's heels, got the step. Great save there as the keeper came out and pressured Grace. Can't fault Grace on that one. It was a good, nice play by the keeper. Wong now, looking to slot it. It's where the offensive player, Barger on the outside has to make a decision whether to cut inside the defender or go outside. And once the girls play with each other a little bit more, Wong will understand where to play that ball, and Barger will understand where to run. That's just a timing issue. Good one-touch, two-touch pass right here. McKenzie now stepping up, thinking about how she's going to get a shot off. Big cross, Schoberg again. And nice shot by the Eagles defenders. Nice control, good step here. And the ball's headed back, and we'll make it all the way back to the keeper. Plinsky, Wong with some space. Outside to Borman, who was vocal in making her run. Nice job, JC. And some substitutions coming in. And for the Wildcats, number 3, Ainsley Ditlevson.
Coming out number 6, Linden. For the Eagles, 3 substitutions. Back in the game, Sarah Davis, number 9. Steve Hammer, number 10. Carolyn Hooks, number 14. All back in for Rochester Lourdes.
Plinsky went in the battle there. Wong cleaning it up. Foreman looking to switch things. Van Wyk to Miller. Back to Van Wyk. Back to Miller. Trying to create some space there in the middle of the field. Good give and go there. Nice run. That was good spacing by the Wildcats. Good control displayed there. We've got 7 minutes now left in the first half, still 0-0. And Wake playing it up top, looking for Schoberg. There's a collision waiting to happen. Ditlevson now making a run, fresh legs. Good job by the defender. And we might have earned our first corner kick. Timely substitution by Coach Osterk. Oh, nope, I guess that is a goal kick. But getting fresh legs on the outside, Ainsley runs that one down. And Schoberg now, looking for Ditlevson. Nice touch inside. Oh, and a great job. That was number 7. McKenna Cheslowski, who's had just a wonderful first half for Lourdes. Kind of anchoring that defense. Ditlevson looking for Schoberg, going one-on-one. Good double down by the Lourdes defender. In control here, taking this is Alyssa Utsby. Taken away calmly. Foreman now. Good touch, left foot, looking outside. Ditlevson up to Schoberg, who checked back nicely and tried giving it back to Ainsley. Good turn by the Lourdes defender. Here's some space, Abigail McKenzie. Wong wins a battle in the midfield. He's playing advantage. Referee's playing advantage on that. That was a foul, but Wildcats still had control. Borman now lets that slide out of bounds. That should be a Wildcat throw in. Borman, big throw, looking for Schoberg down the sideline. Tries going through the defender. Lourdes running in some more fresh legs. Rochester, you know, the ball, the game has been tilted in the Lourdes defensive end the whole half, but Lourdes has played pretty tough in the middle of the field, not giving up too many good shots. And you have to credit that team, consisting of 8 seniors, 10 juniors, and 1 ninth grader. So it's a upperclassman heavy team. And Coach Sarah Groven for the Eagles has got to be pleased with how her team is performing. Borman tosses the forward to the side. Detlefsen chased down by the Lourdes player and earns a throw in for Lourdes. Good touch there, good step. So whoever thinks that soccer is a non-contact sport, they probably haven't watched a game in person. Wildcats are doing a good job going shoulder to shoulder. Sometimes their arms are getting up a little bit, but they are bumping people off the ball and being smart about it. That was a little bit of a mugging right there. Bigger player against a smaller player. The smaller player is going to get the call, and that's what happened. Poplinsky finds Detlefsen. Leaves it up top looking for Schoberg, and Wong comes down with it. That's a nice ball across. Just out of the reach of Julia Barger on the far side. Poplinsky now. Good step. Good step by the Lourdes defender. That's Shostalowski again. Two minutes now in the first half, still 0-0. Oh, that could have been a handball on Van Wyk, but goes uncalled. Throw in for Lourdes. Cleared up to midfield. Ooh, that's a little bit of a bump. Olivia Miller there takes. Ball outside, this number 10, Katie Heiberger. Looking for Alyssa Utsby. I'm not sure how tall that Alyssa Utsby is, but she looks like a volleyball player with actually pretty good feet and good speed. Oh, nice cut by Poplinsky, looking for Schoberg. Barger now comes down with it. Taps it across, Schoberg. Looking for Detlefsen in the corner. As he comes away with it. As we're in the final minute of play. And that just slides out of bounds. Borman cheats on the throw-in. She'll have to do it again from a little further back. It's a little bit further back than what she needed to go, but good pressure again by the Wildcats. Over the head of Detlefsen, and that goes out of bounds. So winding down the first half here. Wildcats controlling the ball, doing some things very well with the ball, but come up empty. One goal post, a couple shots high and wide. We're going to step away for the end of the first half. Again, Wildcats 0 and the Rochester Lourdes Eagles 0. There's a look at Grace Schoberg coming off the field. She'll think about the goal post and the shot into the keeper, but nice half for Grace. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. This is John Jacobson bringing you the second half. After a 0-0 first half, you're going to see the Wildcats moving on the field from right to left. Coach Osterk, I'm sure, had a conversation with his squad and said, hey, nice job controlling the ball. Let's score a couple goals. So I think the girls might have gotten a little bit of an earful. I don't know that for sure, but knowing Coach Turk, he was happy yet unsatisfied with that first half. You know, part of the problem that, you know, yes, you have a lot of returning soccer players on the varsity team, but you have kids that have played for different clubs all summer long. You had 10 girls playing in the Eagan Wave system, 4 girls playing for Salvo, which is the combination of Dakota Rev and the Woodbury clubs that merged. Megan Plaschko played for Maplebrook regional team, and then Grace Schoberg played for an MTA team. So, you know, you take different players from different clubs playing different styles, and you have about a week to put things together and get their first game under their belt. You're going to see a little bit of rustiness, off timing, and, you know, we'll see if the Wildcats can turn things around here with a little bit more energy in the second half. Ball control right off the bat. Van White cleans that up, uses her shoulder well. Good control inside, tap back by Pagoyas. And played up top. We got Grace Schoberg starting up top again. And she did a nice job there in the first half. Barger now with some energy up to the left side. Barger going one-on-one, cuts it back. He gets attacked by a couple defenders and push her back out of there. And Miller now, misplay at midfield, looking for Poplinski. Poplinski, great control there. It's got some space. Schoberg in an offside position, and she'll get called for that.
On the plate, offside.
All right, if you notice in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, our clock that normally would say 39 minutes isn't there. So we've got the truck working on that right now. Crew from ETV Sports. Free kick for the Eagles. Knocked back by Poplinski. Chloe Miller now brings it down with some time. Poplinski back to Olivia Miller, back to Van Wyk, and looking for a long ball. That's to Cronkite on the far side, and that slides out of bounds. Throw in, headed back. Pressure by Schoberg. Taking the defender on one-on-one. And Lourdes comes away with it. Good step by J.C. Borman. Schoberg now, or that's Cronkite, I'm sorry. And that'll be a throw in, or I'm sorry, a handball called against Grace Schoberg. Managed to run down at halftime, get my dinner. That's some popcorn, so if you hear me chewing on the air, that's me eating. I have a mute button, I can hit that too. There we go. Oh, big shot there. Just sails high and wide. That was Abby McKenzie.
Okay, Rochester Lourdes. Shot taken, Abigail McKenzie, number 13.
So the fans in the stands are probably saying, gee whiz, why is it still 1-0 or 0-0? Why isn't it 1-2, 3-0? Yep, Egan's had a couple chances. Coach Osterk, he's not afraid of the 0-0, 1-0 game. He actually, I think, prefers that, and that's because of the emphasis he puts on his defense. And Egan's defense is going to be stout. They're solid back there. They're going to control the ball. Oh, good ball played up. Looking for Schoberg. So he won't shy away from that low-scoring game. I know that the fans in the stands will get a little bit nervous, but you know, when you've got a solid goalkeeper and a good line right in front of her, solid defensive mids, the other teams aren't going to get a whole lot of scoring chances. A good ball played out, just out of the reach of Barger. But again, to start the season, that's where you need your forwards to start building some chemistry. And while we've had some space and we've had some time, that connection in the offensive third of the field hasn't quite been there. And a good step again by Chloe Miller. Kenzie plays it down. Schoberg now. Good battle there, 2 sevens. And Schoberg comes away with it. And Schoberg with a nice shot. That gets blocked. That's a battle of sevens. Those two have been going at it. Two quality soccer players. Here's a look at it again. Schoberg goes down. Is it a foul? Yeah, there was contact. They got to call that. Nice play there to keep the ball in. Van Wyk now. Good for the double team. Good pressure by Lourdes. Lourdes comes away with it in some tight space. Clearing attempt. That gets cleaned up by Van Wyk. And Barger plays a long ball to Schoberg. Good speed shown there by the defender. That was number 6, Jade Einertson. Schoberg with the control. And that should be a Wildcat throw-in. Chloe Miller wants to throw it quick. Barger just misses that. And good touch. And McKenna Cheslowski's had a nice game. Showed her control, her poise back there again. Good step by Pagoyas. And that'll slide out of bounds. Wildcat throw-in. Borman steps up. And Lourdes plays a long ball up. Knocked out of the air easily by Van Wyk. Good move there by Cronkite, looking for Schoberg. Schoberg to her right foot. Oh, and the shot just goes a little high and wide. Grace, you can't lean back on that. You got to stay over the ball and drive it. But she did a nice job getting it to her right foot and just sailed the shot a little bit high. Started with a nice ball played up to Emily Cronkite. She made that run inside the defender. Remember in the first half, Julia Barger tried making the run to the outside of the defender, and the ball never got to her. Good step, McKenzie. And Barger looking to slide it up. Miller now with the, just slides out of bounds. Good run, good read by Chloe Miller. Not sure the confusion on that one. We've got our clock back down in the lower right-hand corner. 32:24 left in the second half. Still 0-0 in this one. Wildcats playing with a little bit more of a sense of urgency in the second half. I think there's a little jump in their step, and that probably had to do with the conversation the coach had with them. Borman looking inside. That gets knocked back out. Poplinski now. Good touch. Give and go. Give it back to her. There's on the outside Cronkite. And almost won a corner kick on that. Good pressure by Miller. Wildcats looking to switch it. A little bump there by Schoberg. Long played up. And handled by Megan Plashko for the first time in the second half. Good look at Megan. Big kick. Schoberg wins the battle of sevens in the middle there. Has some space. Schoberg, good give and go there. Left-footed cross, looking far post, just out of the reach of Cronkite, and that'll go for a goal kick. Nice combination play there by Barger and Schoberg, though. That slides out of bounds. Lourdes throw in. And a substitution coming back into the game. Number 13, Alyssa Utsby up top. Thrown on the far side by the Wildcats. J.C. Borman will be taking it. Headed by Schoberg towards the middle. Pagoya steps up. Cronkite brings it down, and that might be deflected out. Nope, I think that went straight out. So a goal kick for the Eagles. Last goal kick, they went up the other side. Didn't have much luck, so Lourdes is going to try and get it out of their zone on this side. Goyas back to McKenzie. Up to Cronkite. Waist-high pass, tough to handle. And here is Alyssa Utsby. Nice defense there. Big throw by Borman, headed out by Schoberg. And throw in Lourdes. Van White just out of the reach of the Lourdes midfielder. Cleared out by Borman. So a couple substitutions coming in the game now. Number 12, Taylor Drebin, and number 18, Allison Wong, back into the game. So a little bit of a shuffle here. We've got Abigail McKenzie now moving up top in the middle. Grace Schoberg coming out, catching a breather. Okay, so Abigail McKenzie is going to go outside on that right side. Cronkite back in the middle. Wong is the offensive midfielder. And a good run here by Abby Barger on her left foot, and that shot goes off the post. Second post of the game for the Wildcats. Oh, and a good step up there in the goal. That's a nice shot there by Ellen Pagoyas. As Eagan finally gets their goal, gets one on the board after a goal post. And the Wildcats break their ice for the 2018 season. Let's take a look at that again. Here's a good move there. Barger with a strong left foot off to the goalkeeper. Back heel. A little dangerous play there, and Pagoyas follows it up, reads the play, stepping all the way up from that midfield position and pounds it home. Nice job, Wildcats. So important for this this new season is going to be the Wildcats. You know, the 2 minutes after you score a goal is very important with how you control momentum. And Wildcats gave up a little bit of a scare there and then dumped it all the way back down the season. Let's see how they respond. If they keep the pressure on or if they let up a little bit, let's see how they react. Pressure again by the Wildcats. Poplinsky, good touch in the midfield, takes some space, slides it back outside, looking for on the outside there. That's a Taylor Grebin who just came into the game. And there's some open field for the Lourdes Eagles. Ball played up, tapped out by Van Wyk. Poplinsky looking to play through. Abigail McKenzie up there. A couple more substitutions coming into the game. Number 2, Allison Smith for the Eagles. And then number 22, J.C. Gorman. So J.C. will head back to that right defender position. Gorman, good touch. Looking to cross the field with a long ball. Wong with good aggressive play there. So Abigail McKenzie is back now in the midfield position. We've got Cronkite up top. As Turk continues to tweak, looking for some chemistry on the offense. Borman gets run over, comes up with the ball, and plays it off Taylor Grebin out of bounds. Poplinsky heads it away. Lourdes now possessing the ball pretty nicely. Nice step by Borman. And Van Wyk looks to clear it. Kept in by the Eagles, down in the corner. Cross coming, and that's scooped up by Plashko. So 23 minutes left, or 23 minutes left in the game. Wildcats on top 1-0. Cronkite giving chase, and that's cleaned out of there by the Eagles. A couple more substitutions in the game. Ainsley Detlefsen coming in at the left side forward. Big throw in by the Wildcats. Detlefsen comes up with the ball. Good stop and start. Crossing it into the middle. Oh, just out of the reach. That was number 12, Taylor Grebin, trying to make the run. Lourdes with some space. Looking to play a long ball to the wing, and Jessica Van Wyk. Plashko calls for it and kicks it out of trouble. Cronkite with a defender all over her back. That's a foul.
Whistle foul on the Wildcats. Free kick, Eagles.
A little bit of a surprise here. The Eagles did not push up too many players. Wildcats have them outnumbered easily 2-1 with defenders falling back. Good possession there by Lourdes. And the ball's chipped in. That'll go for a goal kick for the Wildcats. Megan Flashko to take this.
Wildcats.
So Wildcats preseason rankings, you've got Wayzata that came out today in the paper. But Wayzata came out at the #1 spot, Maple Grove #2, Eagan #3, Edina, Andover rounding out the top 5. Followed by Washburn, White Bear Lake, Stillwater, Minnetonka, and Centennial. So the Wildcats in the South Suburban Conference are the only team with a preseason ranking in the top 10. That may change. Burnsville has a dynamic goal scorer. Lakeville squads are always going to be tough. Oh, good win here at midfield. Poplinski looking to play the ball into Cronkite, who is in an offside position. So timing that run is that center forward. Poplinski's got to try and slot that one side or the other, and the offensive forward, whoever it's going to be, has got to read that and time the run. Ooh, there's a little bit of a bang. That's where you're glad both girls had their arms up, otherwise they would have banged heads on that one. Good step by McKenzie. Cronkite now going one-on-one. And nice shot by the Lourdes defender to earn the throw-in. Foul called on the Wildcats, free kick. Big header out, that's Olivia Miller. Good job, Detlefson. Up to Cronkite, back to Detlefson with some space in front of her. Detlefson looking to cut it back. Still has on her left foot. Ooh, and the turf grabbed the ball there. Chloe Miller with a good step. Wong controls it. Back to Abigail McKenzie. Wong gets bumped in the back. McKenzie with some space. And a little bit of space here. Ball played up, long ball. Foreman with some time. Back to Plashko. That's just good communication by the defender and the goalkeeper. Megan, I'm hoping, is the one that initiated that. In a game like this, it's kind of tough on your goalkeeper. I know Megan hasn't had, a whole lot of action, hasn't touched the ball a whole lot, but those are the games that goalkeeper has to mentally stay sharp and stay tough. Here's the look at the foul. Because it does take one shot and it's a tie ball game. So Megan's, got to stay engaged. And if you take a look at her back there, barking orders and staying into the game, I know that talking to her dad, a little bit of work on that this past summer with her goalie coach. Now the substitution coming in for the Wildcats, Norma Clune coming into the game. And Nora's going to go in at that outside wing position on the right side. Miller with a nice step there. Olivia Miller's had a nice game so far this year. Been aggressive, been smart with stepping up on the ball, providing pressure when needed. And has been pretty calm with the ball. On the mark of that solid defense that Coach Osterk is excited to have. Foul called on the far side against the Wildcats. So Eagan holding on to that 1-0 lead. 16 minutes left in this one. Wong gets bumped off the ball. Good defensive position though. Doesn't let the player get around her. Trying to take away passing lanes, and Lourdes does a nice job coming out of there with it. Long out here to Detlefsen with some space. Big ball over the top, looking for Cronkite, and this could be a foot race. Good touch up top. McClune now in, and that could be a goal. Nicely done, Wildcats. Started with a nice long ball. Good touch by Cronkite winning that race, and McClune with some fresh legs coming into the game. Nice to see Nora get in and score within the first few minutes of seeing the field. Here's a look again. McClune, sure-footed, nice shot there, looking far post. Underneath the keeper, tucks it just inside the post. Wildcats up 2-0. Again, you know, we saw the replay on that, but it did start with the long ball up top. Cronkite making a nice run, and just a little bit of a toe poke to on-rushing McClune, and put it in the back of the net. Look at Megan Plashko there.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 14, Laura McClune. Assisted by number 10, Emily Cronkite.
Mackenzie looking outside. Detlefsen, great run here by Chloe Miller. Chloe Miller's got some space, cuts it back to her right foot with the cross, and that gets headed out nicely by the defenders. McClune now plays it back to Borman. Borman switching fields to Mackenzie. Good step by the Lourdes defender on Wong, but Wildcats take it right back. That's Poplinski, gets mugged from behind. She'll toss the girl aside. Borman runs over someone. Whoops, that's a foul. JC Borman is another one that's had a nice game so far tonight. Been aggressive, good steps on the ball. Good control, keeping the ball at her feet, and there's a little bit of a push. That should have been a foul. Yep. Referee has a slight conversation with Emily Cronkite, said, hey, don't push the defender into the goalie. That's how somebody gets hurt. Wong, good control again. Mackenzie, ball gets deflected to the outside. Detlefsen giving chase. Good win there by Detlefsen. Oh, nice move. She gets some space, and that's a shot on goal. Good footwork by Detlefsen there. Didn't quite get all of that ball on their shot, but it is on goal. Here's a look at it again. Oh, that might be a knee. Bodies are sprawling on the field. Nelson Wong's limping a little bit. Substitutions for teams for the Eagles. Substitution coming in, number 12, Taylor Grebin. She'll go take that position up top. Emily Cronkite will take a seat. Casey Borman sitting out, and into the game, number 24, Emma Jaggers, getting her first look on the varsity field as a sophomore. I don't care what kind of summer soccer you played, how competitive team you play with, your first couple minutes on a varsity field is pretty special, pretty exciting, pretty nerve-wracking. Good ball control there by Lourdes. A little bit of space given. Good touch around Miller. Miller using her body to shield the ball. And it gets tapped out of bounds. That's a Eagles throw in. Flashco calls off her defender, Jessica Van Wyk, and grabs that ball. Jessica Van Wyk is another one I'll talk about just a little bit. Haven't had to say her name a whole lot tonight. She's kind of that calming defensive influence that just kind of does her job. Consistent, reliable, and really helps solidify that defense. Very strong leg. Last year in the championship game, semifinal and championship game, she took a lot of the dead ball free kicks and put the ball in a dangerous position, helping out her offense. Nice moves inside there by Lourdes player. Good body and shoulder. And that's Jaeger knocking it to the outside. So after the first half, I don't think many girls would have had to get grass stains out of their uniforms, but the second half is a little different story. The bodies have been flailing pretty good. And that'll go for a goal kick, Wildcats. Just under 10 minutes left in this one. Eagan on top 2-0 on goals by Ellen Pagoyas. We got the first goal of the season, and number 14, Nora McLuhan, with the second one. Good look at Abigail McKenzie, senior captain. Goal kick taken by Megan Plashko. Good touch here by Lourdes. Split the defenders, good run. Plashko read that, knew that it was her defender's ball and not hers, so she stayed in goal. And good job by Chloe Miller coming back, cleaning that one up and allowing her defense to reset behind her. Good space here. Nice move, Olivia Miller. Looking to play it up top to Grebin. Good touch here by McLuhan. And she earned some space for herself. Finds Miller. Chloe Miller weighted that ball. Got caught up in the grass a little bit. Now Detlefsen looking across, and that's just over the head of Taylor Grebin. And cleaned up by the Eagles goalkeeper, Lauren Nichols. And we've got a Wildcat player down. Looks like Allison Wong. Not sure if that's her knee or ankle or her calf muscle. That could be a cramp. Yep, I'm hoping that's just a cramp, and Not a non-contact injury like a football player for the Vikings. So Ella Pagoyas got the first goal. Be back into the game. You know, there again, you know, that's part of that versatility I was talking about earlier, where Coach Osterich has interchangeable parts that he can move people in and out, different positions. An offensive mid position is, you know, they tend to do a lot of running. So with Ellen Pagoyas and Allison Wong, you've got two people that can really do a lot to outwork, you know, the other teams and really put pressure on them with high energy. McClune brings it down, taps it over, looking for Detlefson. Good step. Again, that's number 7, who's had just a wonderful game for the Eagles. McKenna Cheslowski. Knocked out of bounds by Captain McKenzie. Miller boots it out of trouble. And Detlefson gives chase. Wildcats are in a throw-in. Chloe Miller on the near side here. Detlefson comes away with it nicely. Pagoyas looking for McClune, and that just goes out just behind her. Good step on the far side. That was Emma Jagger. Jagger again on the far side. Brings the ball down nicely, and her pass slides out of bounds. Miller over here, ball knocked out of the air. Miller comes back up with it. Looking for Pagoyas. Nice give and go there by Lourdes, and that won't be knocked out of bounds. Substitutions coming into the game. So Coach Osterich has had the opportunity to rest some players, and he's got 3 starters coming back in. So Julia Barger will go back in up top. Emily Cronkite on the wing on the right side. Trey Schoberg, wing on the left side. And so the girls have about 5.5 minutes to look to build a little bit more chemistry on the offense. Coach Osterich would like to see them with some game experience. They're rested now, so they have fresh legs. They're going against a defense that's been under duress a little bit with the Eagles, and here's Barger making a run. Chased down nicely on the outside by the Eagles defender. It's fresh legs by the Wildcats, and good pressure by Barger on the far side. So Lourdes, you know, I'll give them a lot of credit. They played a nice game. They have a nice team. Did a good job shutting down the Wildcats, taking a lot away from them offensively. Yes, Eagan's looking for timing, but you know, Lourdes, especially in the second half, have done a much better job controlling the ball, running some give and goes. And their coach has done a nice job getting people in and out of the game, keep bodies well rested against you know, the high energy Wildcats. Schoberg gives that one go off her leg and out of bounds. Well, cheated by about 10 yards on that throw in. Big bounce. Ball brought down nicely. Good poise there on the far side. That was Emma Jagger. Ball played up. Just off Barger's foot. This one's picked up off by the Wildcats. Jagger looking for McKenzie. It's trapped behind the center rough. And White has that bounce off her foot a little bit funny. And Lourdes tries to counter. Miller gets pushed off the ball. A little bit of a grab, tug, hold, throw to the ground. No call. And that'll slide out of bounds for the Eagles throw-in. Substitution back into the game for the Eagles is Alyssa Utsby. With her height, I have a feeling they're going to try and throw it to her, have it flick it on, so Wildcats have to be cognizant of that. Here's the flick coming, and didn't quite happen. And Miller has that one slide off the outside of her foot, out of bounds for a throw-in. And this will go for a goal kick. Under 2.5 minutes left in this one. Wildcats holding on to that 2-0 lead. Possibly looking for one last rush here. Ball taken out of the air nicely by number 7, McKenna Cheslowski. Oh, good ball here. Grace Schoberg now. With some speed, with some opening. She can slide it across. And just over the head, Cronkite was sneaking in off that far post. Good step up and a chip to the middle. Schoberg now, applying pressure. Ooh, she gets taken down. Chloe Miller to Barger, Barger to Schoberg. Schoberg working in tight space, and that's a little bit of a battle and a pull down. Barger across, and Pagoyas looking for number 2. Same goal as the one she got previously. She just kind of hung back at the top of the box, read the ball, stepped in, and knocked it in the back of the net. Nice goal by Ellen Pagoyas. I kind of hate to point this out, and we didn't see it on the replay, but Grace Schoberg did mug a little bit the defender to create that opening, but like I said, Ellen Pagoyas read the ball. There's the mugging right there. And Barger slid it across, looking for Cronkite. She took care of the defender and the goalie. And Ellen Pagoyas picks up her second goal on the evening. Cronkite.
Remaining in the second half. 1 minute.
So Coach Osterk did get his third goal. I kind of think he was hoping to kind of break through a little bit in the second half, and he got his wish. You know, parts of the first half, the Wildcats, you know, looked good. They possessed the ball, but they didn't create much offense. I think the pressure, the intensity was picked up a little bit here in the second half, and that created a couple of, you know, quality scoring chances. Grace Schoberg, her aggressiveness here on the third goal. Nice ball across by Barger. And Pagoyas in the right position. You know, that's just plain being smart with where you need to be and reading when to go. And that'll wrap this one up. Again, 2 goals, Ellen Pagoyas, 1 goal by Nora McClune. Like to thank the camera guys and ETV Sports. Coach Osterk, 1-0 on the season. Good way to open. There's a look at the girls. Coach Osterk will still have a conversation, even though the score was 3-0, but he'll make some changes, share his observations on what he saw and what the team needs to do. But Wildcats, again, sending the fans home happy with a 3-0 win and good kickoff to the season. So again, this is John Jacobson saying thanks to ETV Sports. Welcome to the 2018 season, and we'll see you next time.